Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nadia. So today I'm gonna talk about a 6-month health program that I started. It's about health, fitness and also mindset. So there's a lot of things to go into. I did decide that I'm just gonna talk about health, like nutrition, because I did write down a few points and it's a lot already. Yeah, another thing is that I will leave the link to the health program that I started in the description box below. But I just wanted to share my experience with this program so far. I'm not going to go too much into the program itself, but I more so want to talk about my experience and what I learned from it. Right now I'm actually in week 8 of this 6-month program, so that means I'm 2 months in, and I feel like I already have like some kind of knowledge and some kind of development that I went through, so I just wanted to share that. My goals in this program was mainly to improve my mindset and also my relationship with food. I do also want to lose some weight, but in a healthy and more sustainable way than what I'm used to. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk you through my experience so far. I do want to say that I am tracking calories right now, and I will be doing so over the course of these 6 months. I might even do it longer if I feel like it, like after the course is finished. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because everything that I'm about to say about nutrition is involving calories. I know that it's not for everybody, but it's really helped me and it's really been worthwhile for my experience. So I'll just get right into everything that I've been doing. So for the first 6 weeks of this program, I was actually trying to find my calorie maintenance, and I have never done that before, so I was really surprised about how many calories and how much food I was actually able to eat and still stay the same weight, even though that wasn't like my first goal. I did struggle with binge eating before starting this program, and yeah, I kind of realized that it was probably because I wasn't fueling my body enough. I never gave my body time to balance itself out and basically just get enough food for me not to binge, because I feel like I've always been in like some kind of binge and restrict cycle, so my body never really knew and adapted to like calories. I never tried to stay the same, so I feel like that was something that I changed that I had never done before. And I also don't have any foods that I'm not allowed to eat. I can eat chocolate, I can eat like burgers and whatever. The main thing was to be in my calorie maintenance and macros. It was crazy for me because I had never eaten like stuff like that without having guilt afterwards or deeming it as like bad. So that really opened a new perspective for me. Yeah, I really did not think that it was actually possible to change that so quickly, that I just allowed myself to have these foods and be open-minded and just try to not judge myself for eating these kind of food. I'm not saying that you also can't go over your calorie intake, like it usually depends on the weekly outlook of your calories. So it's like fine if you kind of overeat one day, undereat another day, and it just balances itself out. So I'm not saying you like have to get obsessive over calories in this phase, so just kind of try and yeah, just listen to your body as well. But I feel like this first part of the 6 weeks for me really helped me a lot with my relationship with food and also binge eating, which yeah, like I said, I didn't know was possible in such a short amount of time. I just wanted to add onto the term of calorie maintenance because not everybody might know what I actually want to stay with that. So basically, calorie maintenance is that you eat the amount of food or calories that you burn during the day. So if you're at a calorie maintenance, your weight should more or less stay the same within like daily fluctuations and everything. And to add to calorie maintenance, again, when I started this program, I had no idea what my calorie maintenance could be, more or less. So I will link something in the description box below which can calculate your TDEE, which is the total daily energy expenditure, which is basically your calorie maintenance. You can just go there and calculate your calorie maintenance, or you just go on Google and write TDEE calculator and so many will come up. But I'm gonna share an example with you. So my TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, is at around 2,200 calories, which, like I said before, would have never thought that it was there. But anyways, I actually had it at 2,100 calories at first, but every evening I got hungry, so I was like, that doesn't really make sense. So I basically increased my calories by like 100 per day, and I still stayed the same. So basically what I want to say with that is that you should still listen to your body. If you're hungry in the evening and you're trying to be in a calorie maintenance, increase your calories just a little bit and see how it goes, because you don't want to be hungry, especially not when you're in a calorie maintenance, because the purpose of that is to eat as much as you possibly can while still staying the same weight. So it would be kind of counterproductive if you already decrease your calories. So yeah, really try and listen to your body and kind of just work it out what the best calorie maintenance is for you. Then for my macros, in the first 6 weeks, I basically just had to look at my protein intake, which was at about 26% of my total calories, and with my 2,200 calories, that was at about 140 grams per day, which is really hard in the beginning. Literally did not know how to get to that much protein every single day, but over time I kind of managed, and yeah, felt really good. The rest of the calories I would just divide between carbs and fats. Before I start talking about what I did after these initial 6 weeks, I just wanted to mention something that I never fully understood before, but when I got that information, like some kind of switch literally flipped inside me, because I was like, oh my god, I never knew that. Basically, no particular food will make you gain or lose weight. There's literally like nothing that determines that. It's not like about a food or whatever. In the end of the day, it's just calories that matter if you want to lose weight. The thing that I never really understood is what macros do. If calories are the only thing that matter, what are macros for? Basically, macros determine the way that you feel at a particular calorie intake. So this actually made me think so much, because when you want to lose weight, all you have to look at is calories and make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. You can still eat like sweets and foods that you want, but I never did that. I never did that during like me trying to lose weight. I just literally cut everything out, and if it wasn't perfect, I failed, and then I spiraled and went into a binge for a few days or even longer than that. So that was a really bad mindset. I would never really get to the point that I want. Now, I'm not saying that macros aren't important, because they really are. They do determine how full you're feeling, how much energy you have, your digestion, and a lot of other things. So I mean, if you also look at your macros, it makes your journey a lot more enjoyable, and why would we not want that? While we're still talking about that, you can eat chocolate, you can eat sweets, you can lose weight while doing all of that. You can do it in moderation, you can do it without restricting, and it works. I'm literally like, it really works, and it's crazy because I've never thought of it that way, and I'm just so surprised about this, and actually really happy because I've been feeling so much better because I am hitting my protein and I can still eat sweets and what I want. I mean, I love sweets. I couldn't go without them, so like cutting them out from my whole diet was not the right thing to do, at least not for me, because I don't think I could have like done that for the rest of my life. So why force myself to do it for a few weeks if I don't know how to control myself when I like get back into normal routine? Now let's get to week 7 of this program, because that's actually where my calorie deficit began. Usually like a healthy and sustainable calorie deficit is between about 400 and 500 calories per day. For me, that was at about 1,700 calories, with my maintenance at 2,200 calories. I was literally so shocked when I saw that number because I never ate that much while losing weight, and it's actually working. I even went like to a restaurant and ate pizza and tracked it, and it didn't affect me, and I still lost weight the next week. I am currently weighing myself just like once a week, because in the past I did weigh myself every single day, and that wasn't really good for my mental health or my motivation, because as we know, your body fluctuates every single day and you don't really get accurate results if you weigh yourself every single day. It was really hard for me at first to just weigh myself once a week because I was kind of scared that I wouldn't be working hard enough for me like to lose weight if I didn't weigh myself and track everything. But I mean, I much rather would like step back from it and not think about it too much, at least not about the weight aspect of it. I did have like a few relapses of weighing myself like 2-3 times a week, but I did get back into just 1 time a week. I mean, it's hard sometimes if you just are not used to it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I just had to tell myself that I'm doing it for me, I'm doing it for my mental health and for my motivation, and it's just weighing myself. I had to let that go. Before, I was talking about eating sweets and stuff while you're at maintenance, but I do want to preface that I'm also eating sweets right now while I'm in a deficit, and it's a lot easier than other times that I try to lose weight. I feel like I'm not even like in a deficit, if that makes sense, like because it doesn't feel like I'm on a diet or I'm trying to lose weight, because I can eat everything that I want and I can enjoy it. I mean, weight loss doesn't have to be as hard as we're making it. We don't have to restrict to lose weight. You don't have to restrict entire food groups or like the things that you like just because you want to lose weight. I feel like when I restrict myself, I end up just wanting more of that thing because I can't have it. If you can't have something, you just want it more. So that's basically what happened for me when I restricted, and then I would just like binge on the foods that I wasn't allowed to have because I made a rule for myself, and well, I would just spiral, think I failed, and then start again. Well, this whole cycle. For me, it really is going so well. I have not had one single binge since I started this program. Just wanted to mention that because I feel like something just literally changed in the way that I think about it. Like, if I'm giving my body enough fuel and enough of the things that I actually enjoy, why would I want to like binge on that stuff? So it took me a really long time to get to this point, because I have like, even before the program, I wanted to get to that point. I mean, I feel like everybody that binges wants to not binge anymore, but like yeah, I really tried being more open-minded about the things that I had to do to get there, even if I kind of was scared of, for example, overeating if I ate chocolate or like allowed myself to have something. But I feel like you just have to like give your body enough fuel for like from other foods as well to like sustain that and not go on a binge. So yeah, something I briefly mentioned before is that I always was in like a binge and restrict cycle, and I never really let my body rest. Something I always used to say is that I basically was either gaining weight or losing weight. There was like never a time in my life where I was actively trying to stay the same, or even like when I tried it wouldn't work because I didn't know how to. Like I didn't know how much I was supposed to eat, what I was supposed to eat, and that really kind of threw me off. Like even when I was at my lowest weight, I wanted to still lose weight. It might also have been because of doing like pre-professional ballet and all of that influence on me. 2 years ago I stopped dancing and I was like, well, I'll just lose just like 2 more kilos and then I'll stay the same. But I didn't know how to stay the same. I literally gained everything back and even more because I didn't know what I had to do to keep my weight, and maybe also like increase my maintenance so I could eat more and eat the things that I enjoyed, because I had like a really bad relationship with food. So don't go in a caloric deficit if you haven't been at maintenance before. You have to first figure it out and stay at maintenance for a while before you go into a deficit, because first of all, you don't even really know where your maintenance is yet, and you might still have to like adjust it and adapt it. Then your body isn't really used to being at like that maintenance, so if you go into a deficit it won't even be that effective, because if you're like me and you were in like a binge restrict cycle, your body hasn't adjusted to like a specific calorie intake. And the last point is that you might have to eat less calories to be in a deficit just because you didn't wait. Like your experience of losing weight could be so much more enjoyable if you just have patience and enjoy being at maintenance for a while, even if it's just like 6 weeks like I did. It doesn't have to be like a crazy amount of time. There's one more thing that I almost forgot to mention, and it is that you should be in a calorie deficit only for about 8 to 12 weeks. Even if you haven't achieved your weight loss goal yet in these 12 weeks, you should stop and go into a reverse diet. What that means is that you basically increase your calories every 1 to 2 weeks from like 50 to 100 calories. Like 50 if it's every week and 100 if it's every 2 weeks. And you start at your current intake. Like if it's me that had to increase the calories again after a calorie deficit, I'm at 1,700. So I start from there, and then every week I like add 50 calories, or every 2 weeks 100 like I said, and you do that basically until you're at your maintenance calories again. Otherwise, if you don't like stop after like 8 to 12 weeks, you might get into like a weight loss plateau, which means that you're not able to lose weight unless you decrease your calories again. And if you always do that, you're gonna end up not eating anything anymore by the end of your diet, because like your maintenance, it moves while you try and lose weight. So that's why you have to do the reverse diet, because if you would go immediately to like the 2,200 calories again, you would gain the weight because your body hasn't adapted to that, and it's just too much at once. So you have to make it slow, and yeah, your maintenance would be at like 1,700 at that point. So to lose weight again, you would have to decrease another 500 calories, which would be at 1,200 calories, which is the caloric intake of a toddler, and we don't want to eat that little. So I really highly recommend that you do a reverse diet for a while. to get to your high maintenance again, and then you can actually go back into a calorie deficit if that's what you want, and if you want to lose more weight after that. So this is basically where I'm at with my nutrition at the moment. I will update you in a few months once I have had more like first-hand experience with everything. So make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. And also, if you want to see the part about fitness that I'm gonna post next week, yeah, so stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel for the fitness part next week, and also the mindset part in a few weeks time. I'm actually really enjoying learning so much about nutrition and fitness in this course, and I'm so glad that I get to share this with you. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I hope that I see you in my next video. Bye!